WrestleMania season is well and truly here, but has the show of shows lost its magic touch? Hello everyone, I'm Ben, this is Veal Talks, and today, well, we are 2 days away from WrestleMania weekend. 1 day, really, if you think about the Hall of Fame being tomorrow. But try as I might, I just cannot get excited about WrestleMania 42. And I'm not the only one. I've spoken to so many people recently, so many fans who are saying they're just not feeling it this year. For whatever reason, and there's a lot of them. But it's making me wonder whether WrestleMania as a concept has now been diluted down so much that actually it's not the same as it used to be when we were growing up. Now, it's not just a childhood nostalgia thing, because WrestleMania really has been my thing for as long as I can remember. For decades, I've hosted WrestleMania watch parties. For years, it was the way that I brought together old friends from school, from university, from old jobs. They would congregate in my house, and every April, we would have a WrestleMania watch party. The thing that made it achievable was that it was one night. It may have been a long night. It may have been a very, very long 4-hour stretch of wrestling. But it was achievable to do it one night. Now, a very good friend of mine, Nick, who I travelled to WrestleMania 40 with in Philadelphia, he was at WrestleMania 35, the night really that everything changed. He was there for that 7 or 8 hour epic presentation in very chilly New Jersey. He talked to me about how he wasn't able to get home afterwards, how the public transport had all ended because it went so far past midnight. And that crowd was so burnt out that it necessitated the need for this 2-night WrestleMania. Whether or not that would have happened immediately had we not got into the craziness that was 2020, or whether it would have happened a few years down the line, who knows. But eventually WrestleMania becomes this 2-night extravaganza, which comes with a lot of teething problems, because it's originally positioned that WrestleMania is going to be 2 equal nights, but it actually quickly becomes clear that WrestleMania Saturday is inferior to WrestleMania Sunday. That was abundantly clear to me when I went and saw it live in Philadelphia. You know, WrestleMania Saturday just paled in comparison to WrestleMania Sunday. It really was set up as the prequel to the main event. And I think in the eyes of fans now, we really see Sunday as true WrestleMania and Saturday as the night before, really. So there's obviously the 2-night factor, but then there's also the fact that even that 2-night factor isn't special anymore. So last year saw the first 2-night SummerSlam. So now WrestleMania's one calling card of being the biggest show of the year, the longest show of the year, it doesn't have that going for it either. It used to be that WrestleMania was the only show that really took place in a giant stadium. So you have this perspective that goes all the way back to WrestleMania 3 of WrestleMania being grander than everything else. But then we started to get Royal Rumbles and SummerSlams taking place in giant baseball stadiums. That was lost. Then, of course, you got the Saudi deal where you start to have the greatest Royal Rumble, Crown Jewel, all of these big shows in massive stadiums with fireworks galore and all the legends coming out. That was another thing that absolutely diluted, without question, the one-off appeal of WrestleMania. And I think that's kind of where we're left now. We're left with the fact that WrestleMania as a brand remains strong, as we saw when the Saudi deal was announced and how angry everyone was over that happening. WrestleMania as a brand still remains strong in the same way that the Super Bowl remains strong. But is it still that attraction? Is it still that thing that we look forward to so much every single year? And I don't think it is. I mean, especially judging by this card. I mean, the main issue I have going into WrestleMania 42's card is the 2 main events. It's the fact that there's not really anything on the line. There's no real jeopardy and there's no real excitement. Like, whoever wins, loses or draw, it's not really that exciting. Like, Cody retains. Okay, fine. He retains. He's still the 3-time champion. Randy wins. Okay, he wins his 15th world championship. CM Punk wins. Okay, he retains. He's still the world champion. Roman Reigns wins. Great. He's now an 8-time world champion. Like, the great thing about WrestleMania was always the fact that you have these possibilities of either these dream matches or first-time champions, whether that would be, Shawn Michaels, the boyhood dream, or whether that, John Cena, Batista, so many kind of great moments, Daniel Bryan, like these moments when people won the world title for the first time, or, of course, WrestleMania 40, the one I was at, Cody Rhodes finishing the story once and for all. Now, I've mentioned WrestleMania 40 a couple of times, not just because I was there and it's my only live experience, but also because I think that really was the turning point. Like, really interestingly, I watched some of the show with my little boy the other day, and we watched the Cody and Raymond match, and he kept saying to me over and over, and bear in mind, this is a 7-year-old boy, over and over and over, he kept saying to me, why is there a Prime logo in the middle of a ring? Why are the Prime bottles on the outside? Why are the Prime bottles on the corner? Like, he picked up on that, and he picked up on the fact that it was just weird and it was out of place. I remember being at that show and being like, man, like, this is really a turning point. And that's just the tip of the iceberg now. Like, to go back to the days when it's just a Prime logo in the middle of a ring would really be something with where we are now. I mean, I cannot even imagine how smattered that ring and the canvas and everything at WrestleMania is going to be in logos for WrestleMania 42. But I think between the shoehorning in the celebrity involvement, I'm not just talking about Pat McAfee, I'm talking about all of the other celebrities that have been forced into this. People like I Show Speed, who means absolutely nothing to me as a man in his 40s, apart from as the guy who looked like he was almost murdered by Bron Breakker last year in a Rumble. People like him being in the Rumble. Obviously, we've got all this Jelly Roll stuff going on now, like just celebrities everywhere. And then the sheer amount of wrestling we're going to get. We're going to get 2 nights. I think someone said it's something like 17 hours combined is all of wrestling, all told, at WrestleMania when you tally up everything that goes alongside it. And it's just, man, I mean, it's a test of endurance. So I'm going to watch it. I've got my good friend Nick coming to stay. We will make the most of it. We will have some fun. We will, hang out as we always do because it is WrestleMania. But am I getting a big group of people around? No. Does it feel like it necessitates it? Not really. And am I excited? No. And I want to be. I really do. I want to get back into this. I want to find this love. I get to do this now, this channel. I get to speak to all these great wrestlers, share all these memories. I love wrestling in my heart. And I want to be excited about WrestleMania. This year, I just can't bring myself to be. And there's not really one matchup. Maybe Obafemi and Brock Lesnar at a push that vaguely excites me. Even the return of a demon, that's not even a surprise. That's all been announced. Like, I just can't really bring myself to get particularly excited about this year's card. And I wonder, is it just the state of the world we're in right now, or, is this a particularly bad WrestleMania with a particularly bad build? Or has WrestleMania lost its magic once and for all? What do you think? I would love to hear from you. Please drop a comment below. I will respond to each and every one of these comments. It's great to hear the early engagement on this channel. Please do let me know what you think. As for WrestleMania weekend, the thing I'm most looking forward to of everything is the Hall of Fame, always my highlight of WrestleMania, and the Hall of Fame induction speech, particularly of Demolition, Axe and Smash, Bill Eadie and Barry Darsow. I cannot wait to see Bill and Barry up on that stage, finally getting their moment. And if you want a little preview, here is my plug. There is a 1-hour Demolition Wrestling Life Hall of Fame induction episode that I recorded with Bill and Barry just 2 months ago, just before they found out about the WWE Hall of Fame induction. It will pop up either here or here, somewhere on the screen. Bill and Barry, Demolition, sharing loads and loads of memories from their legendary career. I will see you on the other side of WrestleMania weekend with my honest review of the show. In the meantime, hope you enjoy it. I hope it does knock it out of the park. I hope it is special for all of us. Let's see what happens. I've been Ben Veal. This is Ben Veal Talks. I'll see you soon. Bye.